best friends forever, or so I thought. My name is Lily. I was 10 years old, and I thought I had it all figured out, especially friendship. My best friend Sarah and I were inseparable, like two peas in a pod. We did everything together. From sunrise to sunset, our days were filled with endless adventures and laughter. We lived on the same street, a street lined with big oak trees and houses with sprawling lawns. It was the perfect setting for our childhood escapades.
Our days were filled with laughter, secrets whispered in hushed tones, and adventures that only we shared. We would spend hours on the swing set, dreaming about our future and making plans that seemed so real to us. Sarah was more than just a friend. She was my confidant, my partner in crime. We would have sleepovers where we stayed up late, talking about everything under the stars. We shared everything, our deepest fears, our silliest dreams. We would lie on the grass, looking up at the sky, and imagine all the places we would go together. I trusted her more than anyone else in the world. She knew all my secrets, and I knew hers. We had a bond that I thought was unbreakable. Little did I know, our seemingly unbreakable bond was about to be tested. Life has a way of throwing curveballs when you least expect it. As we grew older, things started to change. New friends, new interests, and new challenges began to creep into our lives. The once inseparable duo began to drift apart, and the distance between us grew. It was subtle at first, a missed call here, a forgotten promise there. But soon, the cracks in our friendship became too big to ignore. I found myself wondering if we could ever go back to the way things were. The thought of losing my best friend was unbearable. But I knew that sometimes even the strongest bonds can be tested. And it was in those moments of doubt and uncertainty that I realized the true meaning of friendship.
Know you've been a good friend.
Our school announced an art competition. The excitement in the air was palpable, and whispers of potential themes buzzed through the hallways. The theme was My Happy Place. My heart leaped. I loved to draw. It was as if the theme was tailor-made for me, a perfect canvas to pour out my imagination. Drawing was more than a hobby. It was my escape, my way of expressing the colors I felt inside. Each stroke of the brush was a release, a way to communicate emotions that words often failed to capture. I knew exactly what I wanted to create. The image was clear in my mind, a vivid memory that always brought a smile to my face. I decided to paint the treehouse in my backyard. It wasn't just any treehouse. It was a symbol of countless adventures and cherished moments. It was our secret haven, a place where Sarah and I shared our dreams and whispered secrets to the rustling leaves. The treehouse stood tall and proud, nestled among the branches, a sanctuary from the world. I poured my heart into that painting, every brushstroke infused with the joy of our friendship. The vibrant colors reflected the laughter and the quiet moments we spent there, the essence of our bond captured on canvas.
I showed my painting to Sarah. Her reaction was everything I hoped for. Her eyes widened in admiration. She was speechless for a moment, taking in every detail, every color. A surge of pride warmed me. It was a validation of my effort and the emotions I had poured into the artwork. I couldn't wait to submit our entries and see our artwork displayed for the entire school. The anticipation was thrilling, imagining our creations hanging side by side with those of our peers, and see our artwork displayed for the entire school. S2, media, colourful artwork displayed at school event. It's beautiful, Lily. The thought of sharing a piece of my happy place with everyone filled me with a sense of accomplishment and joy. The day of the competition arrived. Excitement crackled in the air. I couldn't find Sarah. I searched everywhere. The library, the cafeteria, even the playground. Where could she be? Finally, I spotted her. She was huddled with a group of older girls, her back to me. They were whispering, their faces a mixture of amusement and something else. Malice?
I approached them, my heart pounding. As I got closer, I heard my name.
Lily's painting? Please, it's nothing special.
The other girls giggled. I froze, my blood turning to ice. Could that be Sarah talking about me? My own best friend? I wanted to run, to disappear, but my feet felt rooted to the spot. I had to hear this.
Yeah, she copied it from a book. I saw her.
Really, how could she? Narrator, a blatant lie. The other girls gasped.
My heart shattered into a million pieces. Betrayal, sharp and cold, pierced through me. Sarah, my best friend, had stabbed me in the back. And for what? To win the approval of these girls?
Tears welled up in my eyes, blurring my vision. The world around me seemed to dissolve into a haze of sorrow and disbelief. I stumbled back, my hand flying to my mouth to stifle a sob. I couldn't believe it. The shock was overwhelming, a tidal wave crashing over me, leaving me breathless and disoriented. Sarah, my confidant, my trusted friend, had betrayed me. The sting of her betrayal cut deep, like a knife through my heart. I ran, desperate to escape the pain. I ran as fast as my legs could carry me, my heart pounding in my chest. The corridors seemed endless, each step echoing my anguish. Away from the whispers, the lies, the unbearable pain. The murmurs of gossip and judgment felt like daggers, piercing my already wounded soul. I found refuge in the school library, hiding among the towering bookshelves. The quiet, the solitude. It was a temporary balm to my aching heart. How could Sarah do this to me? Why? The questions echoed in the silence, each one more painful than the last. The questions swirled in my mind, a tornado of confusion and hurt. I replayed our conversations, our moments of laughter, trying to find a clue, a reason. I thought we were best friends. We shared secrets, dreams, and fears. Our bond felt unbreakable, a fortress of trust and loyalty. I thought our bond was unbreakable. I was wrong. The realization was a bitter pill to swallow, leaving a void that seemed impossible to fill. The rest of the day passed in a blur. I avoided Sarah. I couldn't bear to look at her, to speak to her. The betrayal was too raw, the wound too deep. When the bell rang, signaling the end of the school day, I practically flew out of the building. I didn't want to talk to anyone, especially not Sarah. The walk home, usually filled with laughter and shared secrets, was silent and heavy. The weight of Sarah's betrayal pressed down on me, suffocating me. The next few days were torture. Sarah tried to talk to me, to explain, but I couldn't. Every time I saw her, I was reminded of her betrayal, of her lies. The pain was unbearable. It felt like a physical weight on my chest, making it hard to breathe. I couldn't eat, I couldn't sleep. All I could do was cry. My parents were worried. They asked what was wrong, but I couldn't bring myself to tell them. How could I explain the depth of my pain, the shattering of my trust? Slowly, painfully, I started to pick up the pieces of my broken heart. I realized that Sarah's betrayal said more about her than it did about me. It was her insecurity, her need for approval, that had driven her to lie. It didn't excuse her actions, but it helped me to understand. And understanding, I discovered, was the first step towards healing. I poured my emotions into my art. I drew pictures of shattered hearts, of tears turning into butterflies, of a lone girl finding strength within herself. The experience changed me. I learned that friendship, true friendship, wasn't about blind trust or always agreeing. It was about honesty, respect, and accepting someone for who they truly were. I realized that not everyone who called themselves a friend deserved that title. Some people, like Sarah, were more interested in appearances than in genuine connection. I learned that it was okay to walk away from toxic relationships even if it hurt. My well-being, my self-respect, was more important than holding on to a friendship that had turned sour. As I healed, I opened my heart to new friendships. I learned to be more discerning, to look for kindness, loyalty, and authenticity. I discovered that true friends were rare and precious, and that they were worth cherishing. They were the ones who lifted you up, who celebrated your successes and offered comfort during your failures. I learned that true friendship was a two-way street, built on mutual respect, trust, and understanding. It was about being there for each other, through thick and thin, no matter what. Sarah's betrayal left scars, it's true. But those scars, I realized, were also a testament to my strength, my resilience. They were a reminder that I had survived, that I had learned, and that I had emerged from the experience stronger than before. I never forgot the pain of that betrayal, but I also never forgot the valuable lessons it taught me about friendship, trust, and the importance of staying true to myself. And so, I moved forward, carrying the scars of the past, but embracing the possibilities of the future, my heart open to the beauty and complexity of true friendship.